It's Jennifer from Belladonna's Botanicals, and this is the July updates to Electric Boogaloo. Anyways, thought I'd give some updates on the new website, excuse me, some promos we have, and also my whole, um, moving, selling my house, buying a new house experience and how that's going. So now my house is officially on the market as of last week. And I've started looking at some properties. And so what I'm kind of testing out, and this seems to have worked pretty well for this weekend, is that I have the showings in my house scheduled over the weekend, so I can work since I work from home, so I can work during the week without interruptions. So I'm also, my cats are kind of like small. They're dogs stuck in cat bodies, so they would just be very like, pay attention to us, pet us, that sort of thing. Anyway, so I've been going up to I'm going up to my family's house on Fridays and coming back Sunday evening. Um, so having beta tested my first weekend, because I was just worried a little bit about it clogging up some of the process in getting like weekend orders out. That doesn't seem to be an issue. I got everything out that came in before my mail got picked up on Friday before I left. So all of that went out, and then whatever came in after that and over the weekend is going out in the mail today. So I mean, barring any like wholesale orders are different because I have a longer processing time on that, because a lot of times I have to make things or sometimes buy supplies, just because when there's a difference when someone orders one of something or two of something versus when someone orders 10 or 12 of something. Like I might only have 8 in stock, so I have to now make a whole other batch. So those get processed differently. So barring any issues in which I have to make something, that might just add an extra, processing day in there, depending on when I get back and whatnot and what needs to be made. Some things do take a little bit longer than others. Like incense needs to dry at least overnight, if not an additional night. So sometimes that takes a little bit longer. But if there's going to be delays like that, I would let people know. So, and the same thing like with doing any kind of divination, like the oracle readings, past life readings, stuff like that. I'm being upfront. I'm like, look, I'm in this process. Everyone that I've talked to has been like, hey, take your time. There's no rush. So there's just a little extra time there. So yeah, so my house is on the market. That's great. It was a lot of work. I spent probably the better part of the month, up until last week, just when you're selling a house, you have to kind of stage it. So getting putting away all the clutter and make it look like I have flat surfaces, flat clean surfaces, because I work so much. So a lot of times and with my ADHD and autism, like a lot of times I leave things everywhere because if I can't see them, they don't exist, and then you end up with multiples of things. And that's how I have probably 5 years worth of citronella essential oil right now. It's not one I use a lot, but I ran out of one, ordered one, forgot I ordered one, couldn't find it, and then ordered another one. So now I have a lot of citronella essential oil that I use in like 2 things, or maybe 3. Um, so yeah. So kind of tucking away my workspace stuff and having to, yeah, I've been moving some stuff up to my parents' house to store in their garage. Like it's because like packing things like fine china and vintage glassware and all sorts of like the wine glasses and stuff like that, so they don't break when they're being thrown on a truck, is much more time consuming than you'd think. So what I did was I got these like, kind of, they've got like cardboard in them and dividers and or fabric and stuff like that you just throw them in and like for storage, but they wouldn't be something you would put on a moving truck. So I've been moving those up to my parents' garage. So um yeah. So that was a lot of work. I also, had 4 house cleaners in on last week to do a deep cleaning, just because Yeah, when you burn a lot of candles and incense, it leaves some soot on things apparently. And I mean, I work and and what I do is sometimes messy, so just having someone come in, and with my chronic pain and mobility issues, like sometimes it's just it's not easy for me to like clean an entire house worth of baseboards because I can't kneel on the floor that long, or crouch down to do it. So there's some stuff like that that just like the things you don't clean all the time, but then that really need cleaning that needed to be done. So um, yeah. Um, so yeah, that's kind of the what I've been up to on that. It's going well so far. I know it's right in the beginning. I had a little bit of anxiety because the last time I sold a house, which was a long time ago, um, that was a hot mess. It for entire different reasons. It was out in the suburbs and it was just a nightmare. Not gonna go into that, but anyways, so that's where we're at. Things I think are gonna work at least in this transitional process. Now, once I'm packing and moving and getting reset up, that's going to be an entirely different process because that might take a little while to get things running smoothly. There probably will be, I mean, obviously when I'm in the process of moving things, like products and stuff like that, it's going to probably there probably will be some longer processing times. So again, I would suggest if there's stuff you might need, or whatever coming up, because I don't know what exactly the timeline is going to look like this. Like I would say on average, things in my neighborhood are selling in 30 to 60 days. I don't know, once I put the offer on the house, there's a lot of moving parts with that. So let's just say anything, in the 30 to 60-day range, it's going to start getting a little hairy. So if there's stuff you're going to need or want to order in advance, I would go ahead and do that now. Yeah. So next up, I want to talk a little bit about the new website because I've been really trying to drive a lot of my traffic there, and I'm having a lot more promotions and stuff like that. So to recap from the earlier part one video of this month, I do still have it doesn't expire. It's a single use $5 off your first or next order if you didn't happen to use it on your first order, because it took me a little bit to get it set up. Excuse me, a little dry from I spoke up a little bit ago. Anyways, so I have that. I am trying to think. Oh yes, we now have free shipping, domestic shipping on orders over $100 available. You can also upgrade if you want, because that's going to go out with what the new, what was formerly the first class or parcel ground. It's now ground advantage for the USPS. So, but if you wanted to update to priority or UPS or something like that, that is also available. Sometimes people want to get things faster. So, but that's something that's new. I am working on, I moved over all of the clearance items. They're now only available on the website. And excuse me, clearance items were already marked down to 50% off. So I'm probably going to do a moving sale so I don't have to, pack it all up and move it with me. So stay tuned for that. And if I get it done, and while in tandem with this video, the links to everything will be below. So that's something that's coming up. So when I get that stuff moved, and probably also with the crystal overstocks, is getting all that stuff kind of out, because I probably have almost, several hundred pounds of crystals to move. um, Including my own personal collection of crystals, and then also the crystals I sell and stuff like that. So I get them bulk sometimes for like the spirit stones and things like that. Like I have a lot of stuff, and then there's the crystal overstock stuff that from all that crap that I'm selling. So that's another thing. What was the other? I am also working on a promo for if you sign up for our e-newsletter, you'll get a discount code for that. So I'm really trying to get a lot more, as I've mentioned in the previous video I did on Etsy and a lot of the issues I'm having with that. I want to drive a lot of my customers and my clients to my website. So Um, and that's where we'll be having a lot of exclusive deals and sales and things that aren't available elsewhere because quite frankly, I can't sell all of my products on the different platforms. Like I have an Amazon handmade store. I It doesn't sell any of my flying ointments. It doesn't sell any of the tinctures or smoke blends. I think I only sell the perfume oils, but not the spray perfumes, and it's only domestic. Like you can't order international through there. And eBay, I don't have everything listed yet. I do have my flying ointments there, but and tinctures and some other stuff. But where was I in talking about things for the website? So I am also working on, if you sign, I think I was talking about the newsletter. So if you sign up for the newsletter, there'll be a code for that. I'm working on adding a lot more bells and whistles over time. Some of them just take a little while to set up. So coming down the pike, there'll be referral programs. So you'll get, like, if you refer someone to my website, you'll get discounts or, points or whatever. I'm finding I'm going to do like a loyalty program. So for every purchase you do, you'll get points, and then that will also be discount. So I'm really trying to make I'm trying to add a lot of value to my website that you're not going to get on Etsy or Amazon or eBay or anything like that. So those are the primary ones I sell on. I do have on Faire, which Faire, which is a wholesale site where people can purchase products for retail. Like if they have like either an online store or a physical brick and mortar store, they could just go in, place a wholesale order, and yay. So that's actually been working out really well for me lately. I've really enjoyed that. Again, though, I don't have everything on there because of some of the policy restrictions and stuff. Like I can't sell, probably I can't sell the smoke blends or I don't have right now the other tinctures and flying ointments other than the non-toxic ones, but yeah, so I'm really trying to work on making the website the place to go for buying our products, and adding so much more value for our customers and clients and stuff like that, because it's just harder and harder. There's so many restrictions and they keep changing, and almost at 2 months now and still don't know why Etsy delisted my Astral Travel flying ointment for medical claims, despite now I finally, after the 4th of July, contacted Etsy support via live chat on there during their normal hours, because they're very limited. It's whatever, 8 to 4 Pacific time or something like that. Talked to both people I talked to on live chat, basically hung up on me without. It was just like, they're like, okay, well, we forwarded your thing to the specialists and blah blah blah. Click done. I'm like, no, like, do you have any other questions? Can we help you with anything else? Just bye. Hung up. I'm like, the fuck is this shit? And then another person came on the call. I'm like, well, I was in the middle of saying something and the guy just left the chat, and I'm like talking to this guy, and then that did the same thing too. I'm like, what the fuck kind of customer service is this shit? I'm like, by comparison, I can contact Shopify support in the middle of the freaking night, and they will sit on the live chat with you for hours, and are always and literally it ends up feeling like, no, you hang up, that kind of thing, where it's like, can we help you with anything else? Do you have any other questions? That sort of thing. And they're amazing. Like, well, I don't know what the Etsy is up to, but I mean, that was just rude, like really rude. It would just be like me, like, okay, well, I answered your question. Wonk. Like, I mean, I could see if it was an email correspondence or something like that, but just to entirely leave the chat was just like. So, trying to think if there's anything else website wise. I don't know what we're going to have as far as new releases during this transition time. I think that's just going to be a whim based decision. The new body washes that I did have been selling really well. I do have other ones designed and ready to be made and all that. A lot of it's just going to depend on the moving parts during the week. If I have time to release some new stuff, I will release some new stuff. Trying to think what else. Oh yes, we do have restocks from Black Magic Barbie. So we do have some Slut Water back, some of the Spider Goddess pendants, a whole bunch of the Slut Water pendants. I think there was a few things she had left over. Like I think I have some of the. She sent more of the Astarte amulets, the consecrated one, the ritually consecrated ones. I think I also have a couple of the consecrated Scintillok coins and blowing powder, the whatever it was, the Wealth and Abundance blowing powder. And she also sent me a few of the Master Key amulets she had left in stock. So those are all available on the website. I'm keeping all the limited edition stuff because right now having to go back and forth and like be like, well, I sold 4 here and I have 20 listed there, so now I've got to go, take 20 down from there and add, it's too many moving parts to have things that have limited quantities in multiple places. So you'll probably see that I've taken a lot of things down from Etsy for that reason. Because I used to have the clearance bin on Etsy, that's not there anymore. I used to have Barbie stuff on Etsy, that's not there anymore. And I think I'm going to take the crystals down, the crystal overstocks down from Etsy, so those are only going to be available on my website. And when it comes to Etsy, like for international customers and clients, I think I mentioned this before because there are some. It has to do with the credit card processing with foreign bank cards. Sometimes there's issues that like they can't use PayPal or they can only process things through Etsy because it doesn't work on other websites and things like that. So if there's ever a problem with that, let me know and I will just make a custom listing for you on Etsy. So you can whatever's on the website that's not on Etsy, you can get, and everything will be taken care of that way under a custom listing. So, yeah, I think that's mostly it. I will be back with an August update because I'm sure, I don't know what day today is. What day is it? Something tell me what day it is. I don't know what day it is. I'm going to say the July 18th. 17th? So Friday was the 14th, 15th. So it's probably the 17th, I think. So I probably will be back with the early August update because I'm sure between now and then some things will have changed on the moving front, on the features on the website, processes, and all that. Again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, and I love you all. Also, P.S. We're getting close to 3,000 subscribers to our YouTube channel, so I'm going to do some type of special promotion once we get to that 3,000. So if you haven't subscribed, help us get to that 3,000 by subscribing. You may get some free bells and whistles. Woo! Love y'all.